Sports is in the great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Washington football team. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go from Nashville. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Trucks over him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. First down and much more for Henry. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 65 yards. And the Titans on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, Derrick Henry, the league's leading rusher in 2019. You wouldn't think a man that big could motor like that, but he can all right, and he proved it right there.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A man who played his college ball here in the volunteer state of Memphis, Antonio Gibson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Fitzpatrick. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Pass. 53 is the mark. 53. Check 53.
A first down carry for Henry. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now a handoff to Henry. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Anthony Fertzer there to make the grab. And the Titans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. McCann for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. McCann's got it teed up. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Off the play fake to Gibson. Fitzpatrick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Thomas the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now Fitzpatrick. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Chester Rogers. This is taken around the 12. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the the 22-yard line.
Now it's Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give to Henry. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. It's Tannehill. Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. the touchdown. Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 109 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. First down and much more for Henry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
McCann's got it teed up. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Thomas brings it in. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Fitzpatrick now. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gott, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Bud Dupree coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? Fitzpatrick to throw it. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Henry. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll run it again with Henry. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Quick slant to Brown. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and that'll make it third down. Again, Tannehill. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Running left, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 153 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And now a sneak, Tannehill. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Ryan Tannehill keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. McCann's got it teed up. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Chicago Bears. Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They snap it to Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Fitzpatrick. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Finding room to the 20. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now it's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap, Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graham. Touchdown! Jimmy Graham. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. From the 30 on 2nd down. Fields looking middle, and it's incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Fields. Here's a diving catch right side. Fields on target to Mooney. 1st down, Chicago.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. On 1st down, Fields. Dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Fields going to keep it once more. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears! Justin Fields hooking up with Allen Robinson for the touchdown there. And the Bears will extend their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. To throw, Fitzpatrick. Slings this deep for McLaurin. There's McLaurin. What a catch. Touchdown, Washington. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. a touchdown. Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 2, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Toss left to Montgomery. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Chase Young. He couldn't get the edge there. Wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
2nd and 10. On play action, Fields steps away to his left. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Here's Fields. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise...
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Fitzpatrick on first down. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Fitzpatrick. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Fields. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. And he comes back with 1 complete. Touchdown, Chicago! Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because When he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. And he finds McLaurin. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Fitzpatrick to McLaurin there. 1st down, Washington. Play action now. Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
1st down, a run with Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and a couple. Fields. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Fields. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Play action. It's Fields. And his throw is incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game. Now an option play on 2nd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Now the point after try for Santos. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Bears 28, Washington 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Here we go.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
58, right over there, yeah.
Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down, and they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington football team. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to it. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
Strong running at the 30, and he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive, this opening drive, was on them. And, boy, that was important to pick up that first down there and keep this one going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
On the counter, Gibson.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From just shy of midfield, Fitzpatrick toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but now it's 3rd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback. that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. He's got his target. It's Humphries. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Adam Humphries from 19 yards away.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Extra point good by Hopkins.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
These two teams all tied after one. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Ward.
7 yards to pick up there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hurts.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jimmy Moreland.
And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
From just shy of midfield, Fitzpatrick.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
At that 18-yard line.
2nd and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Flushed out right, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
87 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Chase Young.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jimmy Moreland.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. And that makes the score 14-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind them.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake to Gibson. Fitzpatrick.
Out to the right to Humphries. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run the toss now with Gibson.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10.
As Sanders there with a 1st down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll drop to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. And Sanders has got it complete. And some room to work. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain of 32 that time. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
A nice run there by Sanders on 1st down as he'll wind up with a gain of about 7 before he's brought down. 2nd down, back to Sanders.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Once more, Gibson.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A run here for J.D. McKissick.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball in offense without time.
Touchdown, Washington! Curtis Samuel. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Pass complete to Ward. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. And that'll be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defense.